What's up, guys? This is Maverick here, and today we're watching another episode of ReZero, the Director's Cut. This is episode 11, which should coincide with the TV episodes of 20 and 21. So anyways, last episode we finally got Subaru picking himself back up again through some very heartwarming and heartbreaking dialogue with Rim, of course. But now he's back on his feet, and he's learning from his mistakes, and he's actually contributing now. He's actively contributing, or at least walking towards the path of contributing. Then again, I'm not sure if this is the time when he can completely make things right and progress the story along, or he's still gonna have to fail a few times in order to get it. In any case, right now, what is most important is that they are off on expedition to get the White Whale, aka Moby Dick. By the way, that's something I've been meaning to ask. I feel like the offer is making many purposeful references to Western culture. We got Betelgeuse with Beetlejuice, we've got Ryanheart with Lionheart, and then now obviously we got the White Whale, who is, I don't know, I just look at it and I see Moby Dick, right? I do wonder if that is intentional. But in any case, let's jump right into it and see what fun we can have in this episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Right? Is this Willem and his wife? I'm assuming right now it's this is a flashback, and this is Willem and his wife. Just gut feeling. Yeah, probably that. I think he mentioned last episode that his wife likes flowers, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. All right. I'm really looking forward to this, to see what kind of troop tactics that this world employs. Because I seem to see some things closely resembling artillery here. And obviously I want to know, like, what these foot soldiers can do against a flying enemy. Oh! Speaking of which, okay, that is the artillery, I guess. The Night Banisher. Oh, damn, and motors as well? Okay, so that's the artillery. Okay, now I see why it's called the Night Banisher. Oof. I mean, it'd be kind of reckless to not assume this creature has an AoE attack. I mean, it's a white whale, right? So maybe it has some sort of sonic wave attack or something like that. Ah, alright. No, but seriously, because this being a sort of medieval setting kind of isekai, even though right now we're mostly focused on this country and and Subaru's just really trying to get a foothold right now. I am expecting later on to have some involvement from neighboring kingdoms and countries as well. That's how typically these fantasy series go. And also, typically, the sort of conflict there would come down to some militaristic maneuvering. Some actually do have go far as to have some actual battlefield scenes and whatnot. So if anything else, it's a good time to take a look at how normal troops operate in this world. Especially considering like this kind of setting is right for a some trouble with neighbors, right? You got the leadership of the country in shambles. People are having a potentially a civil war, fighting against each other. Well, if I were a neighboring country with beef, this would be my chance to strike. But that's for the future. Let's focus on the white whale for now. Each. That was Carucius. No regard for range. Holy shit. That is OP. Oh. Alright. What are you gonna do? Right in the blowhole? No. Not quite. Whew. Holy shit. Yeah, no kidding. And also dumb enough to actually come to the ground as well. Oof. Right in the eye? Oh, why didn't you go for the eye? Damn. Right. Long range support. Yeah. Uh, Probably not yet though. Alright. So you really don't have any long range attacks? I'm actually really interested about those cannons. I was wondering like what the ground troops could do. So they need to wait until it's grounded first. This dude, holy shit. Yeah, there we go. Right in the eyeball. Nice. Damn. Oh, damn. Oh. Holy shit. Damn. Is it gonna use its attacks now? Okay. The- some sort of sonic attack. Or is it actually an attack? Or is he just calling for something? Oh, the fog. That's not good. I don't think. Wow, we're really going forward with this guy's story. I'm still waiting for it to use its ability, which makes people erases people's existence. Okay, it looks like it's just going. No, it's just concealing itself in the fog for now. Whew. Ooh. Yeah, she can even repel fog. Oh, wait, so actually they do understand this ability. I'm talking about the like Carisha's troops and whatnot. So, huh. I would have thought that erasing their existence would mean that they wouldn't even realize that they were missing a person, right? So it looks like there's some limitations to that. Oh, oh, they're going crazy. Holy shit. Hmm. Is it because he has sort of like the witch's curse on him? Or. Okay. So it's not uncurable. That's nice to know. Oh, that's the witch factor. Oh. Nice. Yeah. Alright. So just leave the elite groups, allow them to follow him. Huh. Is it actually grounded? Why don't you take out its other eye? Oof. Get it? Nice. Insane. Oof. Tereshia. Oh, and Esther. Wait, she's in Estria. I thought Wayne was in Estria as well, right? From the same family as Reinhardt. By the way, I have seen some people mentioning that she's the sword saint instead of a sword master swordsman, which kind of true. Can say the say would translate to saint, but really it's just a sort of description to say someone who's exceptionally exceptionally strong. Yeah. I kind of feel like William isn't actually dead yet, though. I think he might be attacking from the inside. What? Two, eh? Oh no, wait, holy shit. Okay. So indeed, that is why he was calling someone. Or it, whatever you want to call it. As he said he would do. You're turning into quite the yandere, Rem. Mm. These are like super tanks. Nice core muscle super. Maybe it's the fog? Huh. One is grounded. Huh. Well, I guess you're smarter than me, Subaru, because I can't figure it out yet. I? Light? Oh, here he comes. It's not as strong. Okay. But that's what the captain was saying. It's lighter, right? Just the original. Was this something that she saw from Subaru? I don't think they typically do this though. No, but seriously, I feel like maybe taking more long-range attack people would have been a better choice. Although I guess you do need some bait, right? Oh, they're going up the tree? Oh, that was actually Subaru up there. What's he gonna do though? Hmm? Oh, okay. Guess that's... Huh. These mobbies really can't resist this, eh? Nope. You know, the whiplash alone would kill him. But... Alright, now for the final blows. Whoa. Okay. What? What? Seriously? Uh. Okay. That. Oh wait, because he married. I guess he married into the Austria family, right? That's why he now has the Austria surname. I will. what kind of, what kind of love story is this? Yeah. I'm sorry. I suppose it should be very heartwarming and all, but in front of everyone as well. Oh, yeah, that's a nice picture right there. I hope nobody's mad at them for cutting down a tree. You know this? A very straightforward person she is. Damn. Why would. Hmm. Isn't he gonna ask for her help though? Hey, hey. Does this mean he also going to be released from Kurush? I would expect with something like this that perhaps he joined Karush's faction because they had the same goal of fighting the White Whale. Aw, Ren is so cute. Ah, nice. Aw, man. Oh, they're not. Okay, yeah, yeah, they are. These are from Anastasia, right? So They're coming to help. Eh, come on, man. Let it go. Well, anyways, that was one nice fight there. I'll see you guys after this. Alrighty, so with that, we take down one big challenge in the White Whale, but an arguably even bigger challenge looms on. And no, I'm not talking about the Witch's Cult. I'm talking about Julius, right? Now, obviously, I don't consider him an enemy. I think it's quite clear, even from the very beginning, that Julius was in the right. And indeed, in some other, through some other sort of context and dialogue, we know that Julius is actually, in his own way, looking out for Subaru in a sense. Now, then again, however, this really stemmed from one big misunderstanding. Like, they basically got off on the wrong foot, right? I mean, Julius the whole reason this sort of amniosity came to be is because Julius gave basically a knight's sort of ritual towards Emilia, and that was that. So, well, at least Subaru is currently on an uptrend, right? So hopefully this new and improved Subaru will be able to handle this calmly and respectfully, and then, get on to actually stopping the Witch's Cult. Now, with that being said, I got a feeling, just a hunch here, but based on Subaru's reactions, his personalities, how he feels, I think like the only way that this will truly be resolved is with Julius acknowledging Subaru's abilities, his talents, whatever, acknowledging him in some aspect, right? I feel like only then will Subaru finally be able to drop this and get rid of this sort of nagging feeling at his heart, if you will. Unfortunate, but I guess that's just how he's wired, and that's what I'm expecting from the upcoming episodes as well. So maybe once we see Julius praise Subaru, he's gonna drop it, and then everything will be fine again. Anyways, sorry about that. Back to this episode. So, the White Whale, right? And indeed, we do see a lot of good action, good old action, and we even had a little bit of Wilhelm's story interlaced within the actual subjugation of the whale. And I think with this backstory, I finally figured out like what exactly is going on with his name. So we do know that he's carrying the family name of von Austria, same as Reinhardt, but at the same time he's working with Karush, right? Which is kind of weird considering that Reinhardt and the other knights are backing Felt. So what I'm getting from this is that Wilhelm was probably either a commoner or maybe of a lower family than the von Astra family. And the von Astra family, as far as we can see right now, it's really of high status, right? It's at the very least high nobility and perhaps even royalty in a sense. And so when Wilhelm married his wife, he basically married into the family, if you will. And then, and after his wife died, he then pledged his allegiance to Karush because she was actually going after White Whale, and so I guess that is why we have this sort of split here, where he is of the von Austrias, but not with Reinhardt and the others, right? And speaking of which, this was indeed a charming little story, although I feel like the process of how William actually fell in love with her could certainly be a little bit more expanded upon. I know that they're trying to cram a lot of stuff into the episode and all that, but it came really jarring in a sense when literally we've been seeing nothing but hostility from William towards Theresia. I think that's her name. And then suddenly a duel, and then after a duel, just take her in and like, I love you, I want to marry you, and all that. I mean, I can definitely see where they're going with this, but I just found it really funny that is how the scenes played out. But yeah, certainly a nice little heartwarming little story. I do wish though that the final blow or the final moments of of Wilhelm taking down the White Whale could be a little bit more fitting of a swordsman of his caliber, right? Because, at that point, the White Whale was pretty much almost already dead. It was immobile, it had the big tree on him, and it's really a sitting duck, right? Would it had to have been Wilhelm to be the one that took him down? Not necessarily, right? Now, don't get me wrong, Wilhelm is a complete badass. We already saw as much within the episode itself. And in fact, most of my favorite scenes from this episode came from the courtesy of Wilhelm. Basically him and just leaping around in the air and then slashing this, slashing that, carving the White Whale's eyes out. Oh, that was awesome, right? So we do know that he has every full right to be the one to take the claim of taking down the White Whale. I just feel like the ending scene could have been a little bit more, it could have had a bit of a bigger climax. Perhaps, it doesn't even need to be too fancy, right? Maybe just even after the tree fell onto the White Whale, it was still struggling. It's almost getting the tree off of him or something, and then Wilhelm steps up and then basically takes down the White Whale in a few blows or something like that, right? Just to give some actual closure as a revenge toward his wife, instead of just beating down an enemy while it's already down. If you guys get what I mean. But yeah, so that's basically the only real complaint I have of that entire sub story here. Beyond Wilhelm, we also learn a lot more about Karush here. And I gotta say though, I'm really digging Karush as a character, and I think that she, probably out of all the candidates we've seen so far, is the best as a ruler of a country here, right? Now, of course, you could say that this is a little bit unfair. We haven't really seen what the other candidates are really like. In fact, we haven't seen really much of Emilia at all either. But still, just based on the personality that we've seen so far, what their morals are, what their personalities are, what their character is, I gotta say, if I had to choose someone to be the leader, the ruler of this country, I would probably choose Karush, right? We definitely see that she's a woman of her word. She's very honorable, and just by the parting words and her declarations towards Subaru, I generally believe that she was taking on this endeavor of slaying the White Whale because she just thinks it's for the benefit of the country, and not necessarily for some fame or popularity or all that, right? She lost men in it as well, and she's still willing to help out Subaru to that extent. So I do get the idea that from a more realist standpoint, her doing this definitely wouldn't hurt her image, right? It would definitely make her more popular and yada yada yada. But still, I generally do believe that she's doing this just because she thinks it's the right thing to do. And having this sort of mentality is important as a ruler of this country, right? For the benefit of the people and all that. So I do like that. Well, I mean, we don't really have to make Emilia the ruler, right? I feel like whatever struggle, obviously this is way too early, but I feel like whatever struggles that she is going through and all that don't necessarily have to be resolved by her becoming the ruler, right? But again, since we know very little about Emilia, about her childhood, about what she truly feels and all that, I think it's a little bit too hard to make this judgment. As of right now, however, I would say that Karush is definitely leading the pack by a not very small margin, quite a large margin, in fact, in terms of suitability towards being a ruler. And that's not taking into account any of the other considerations of what the world may have of perceiving politics and all that, right? Just based on characters and personality. Beyond Karush, I guess, what else from this episode? Rem is turning into more and more of a yandere, and that is certainly amusing to me as well. But yeah, I think that's basically it, right? So obviously we see a lot of good characters. We see them trying to do their best to do fights as well. We have a pretty cool scene with Subaru standing on the tip of the White Whale's horn, whatever you want to call it, and all that. And he definitely was the hero of this encounter. But still, the things that did stand out to me a bit more were Wilhelm and Karush here. And starting from the episode, I did talk a little bit about about the battle tactics of this current world, of the armies in this world, and how it might come up later on when perhaps we do get into a situation where the story is expanded into beyond this country, beyond this kingdom, right? Right, maybe even further on, neighboring to other countries and all that. Although I don't quite know if ReZero is going to be that kind of story. Typically, fantasy stories do have this sort of expansion into the greater world, in order to keep the story going, and so it was nice to see them sort of to see what an actual battlefield would look like for a regular army, right? So we got these knights, these riders, we got cannons, we got artillery as well, and then of course we got long range mages. The close combat troops, though, I feel like they were quite useless in this particular battle, and I guess that might be some sort of that might be a post-mortem to make, right? To say, hey, why did we bring all these knights here in the first place? Because you're obviously counting on grounding a whale. You're obviously counting on grounding an enemy that can fly. And would that be putting a bit too much too much emphasis on that? I mean, certainly if you need to damage it heavily enough that it can land in the first place, why don't you just add a bit more long range capabilities and long range warriors and fighters, right? Just saying. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this episode. I am going to continue to chug along. I think I might barely make it to Wednesday when the season 2 drops of ReZero, although I think I might not be able to fit in the OVAs before we start. So, and if push comes to shove, I might watch the OVAs after the first episode of season 2. We'll see about that. Anyways, that's it for now, and we got 2 more episodes left, so hopefully Subaru can continue to impress and finally get past this particular stage in his adventures and his stories. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time.